step inside the door.
All right, we are live. It's your boy Degeneration Jess here for the sixth edition of Jessters Lounge, and today we're gonna talk about a few things. Good evening, everyone. Tonight we're talking about change, the kind of change that rips through your life, leaves a scorch mark, and makes you question everything you thought you knew. We're talking about the week that just slapped a big old existential frown on the face of metalheads, Cowboys fans, and anyone who thought they were done with early 2000s post grunge. Okay. Okay. So, in metal news, um, the arch enemy Exodus. First up, Alyssa White-Cluss leaving arch enemy. 12 years. That's how long the blue-haired beastess commanded the mic for one of modern melodic death metal's biggest bands. 12 years of face-melting guttural screams that could peel paint off a stadium wall. And now, she's gone. Poof, she's launched her solo career with a song called The Room Where She Died. The band says, "We're thankful for the time," Alyssa says, "I get to express myself in so many ways that have been dormant for years. And honestly, as a fan, I get it. Who hasn't felt that deep screaming need to get out of the band, the job, the relationship, whatever it is, and finally play your own material, but it still stings. It's a gut punch to the metal world. The thought of Arch Enemy without the blue storm of fury and vocal power is like trying to drive a semi-truck with a scooter engine. We wish her well. We wait for the solo album in 2026, but damn, the throne is empty. Who's ready to step into that scream?" Original, the one who preceded her, the one, the only Angela. I want Angela to come back. I don't want Johan. I want Angela. Angela would be a perfect fit to come back. I don't know how her voice will sound, but yes, please come back, Angela. We need you. Okay, next up, the boys get mauled. And speaking of pain, let's pivot from the melodic death metal to the death of a 3-game winning streak. The Dallas Cowboys versus the Detroit Lions, 44-30. 44-30. Lions came in hungry and they ate the boys' lunch, dinner, and then came back for a midnight snack. It wasn't just a loss. It was a comprehensive defensive collapse. Our top-ranked defense had to rely on Brandon Aubrey for 5 field goals. That's four too many. And the defense humbled. 5 sacks allowed. 3 turnovers. Every time Dallas got a little bit of momentum, bam, Jamar Gibbs hit a big play for the Lions to force the turnover. Then there's the controversial offensive pass interference call on Jake Ferguson that wiped out a huge red zone opportunity. "Never seen a call like that," says Dak Prescott. Well, Dak, welcome to the Cowboys experience, where just when you think you've escaped the cursed narrative, the refs or the opposing defense reminds you that your Super Bowl hopes are, at best, a fever dream. Now we're sitting at 6-1, hanging on to the playoffs by a thread. It's the same old song and dance. America's team continues to be America's tease. And of course, if you're a Spurs fan, we're waiting for Wemby. Now let's talk about the future, the long future, specifically the long legs of Victor Wembanyama. Our Spurs phenom is currently sidelined with a calf strain. When is he coming back? Coach Mitch Johnson is being smart, cautious. The team and Wemby himself is lobbying for a return by the NBA Cup quarterfinal on December 10th against the Lakers. But the smart money, the cautious, is somewhere between the NBA Cup and Christmas, which I wouldn't mind him coming back for Christmas. I want to catch the Spurs game and see him live. The Spurs aren't rushing him, and for good reason. They're looking at the big picture, a franchise defining superstar whose career can't be jeopardized for a mid-season cup. He's a one-of-a-kind physical specimen, and you don't mess with a cast strain on a 7'4" frame. He could lose out on a potential $55 million in his next contract by missing too many games for an all NBA honor, but even $55 million isn't worth the health for those long legs. We wait, we breathe, trust the process because Wemby is the future of basketball. All right. So I was shopping at Walmart and I found, well, Creed has a new compilation album, and boy, it was very underwhelming. The track listing just, it's ass. I mean, you're better off getting Creed greatest hits. I know their last effort, Full Circle, wasn't that great, but they had decent, I mean, the album had decent songs on it. I feel like their reunion back in 2009 was rushed, but let's get into it. The Creed compilation clunker, and finally, my last point of contention, my musical grievance of the week, Creed's new Best Of album. It dropped digitally on September 23rd with a physical and CD vinyl coming November 21st. And the hits album, but this isn't just a simple reissue, no. It's got all the classics, Higher, My Sacrifice, With Arms Wide Open. But there's one problem, the ass part, as you eloquently put it. Is there anyone alive in 2025 who doesn't already own all good Creed songs? They've had a compilation before, and now they're doing this remastered 2025 thing, adding a few tracks from Full Circle. It feels lazy. It feels like Creed's last creative act before the official reunion tour is to repackage the past and ask us to play it and pay for it again. You want a best of album from a band like Creed? Fine. Just walk into any thrift store and you'll find a used copy of Human Clay for 50 cents. This new one is just giving us one last breath when we really need a fresh start. Thanks, but no thanks. So we did our monologue, and it only lasted 8 minutes. So much for a 15-minute monologue that I had written, but it is what it is. Maybe we could maybe run a game, because I can simply just do this. Oh, wait. Do this. And we can pop in WWF No Mercy for the N64, and I can drop the link in the group chat for all to join in. How about that? All right, let's see. Let's go here. And I'm pretty sure you can hear that. Copy that. And we go to Facebook. Let's get into some WWF No Mercy for y'all. All right. Let's see what happens when we do that. Go to baseball and do the same thing. Alrighty. It's already 8:41. We're 8 minutes into the stream. Let's do something fun. Maybe survival mode. Let's make some money. I'm gonna serve some stunners, and some stunners are gonna be had. Let's run a survival mode with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Steve is like, please turn off the music. I don't want to get my count suspended. And I'm like, shut up, bitch. No, it's fine. Okay, so we got both the Hardy Boys. We got who's next? Well, I'll know what everybody wants from a woman. What does everybody need? Okay, let's lay the. Oh, okay, it's Lita. It's Lita and Matt Hardy. How ironic. All right, here comes the Godfather. Let's shoulder tackle some bitch asses. Bam. All right. Let's see how we can go. We're 1 minute into this. Okay. And let's eliminate him. Wham! He's gone. All right, we got the big boss man coming in, trying to whip his ass. It's time to drop some ass whoopings here. Here we go. I'm gonna get some. Okay. Nice. All right, we got Scotty Too Hottie coming in. And there's the pile driver. Wow! Hit my first stunner, and that should be it. All right. How did he kick out of that? There we go. A little nut shot wall. Double team. That's the second stunner I've served. Are you kidding me? That's two. All right, let's put him down. Let's put him. 2, 3. That's two already eliminated. All right, who's next? We'll let him get out of the ring. Wait, what? Another Stone Cold. And we dropped you on your head. There we go. Who's next? Eddie Guerrero, the late Eddie Guerrero. Damn, Eddie is whooping my ass right now. Here comes the great one, the most electrifying man in sports center and entertainment. Uh-oh. They're triple teaming me. Okay. Wow. Oh, there goes. That's four. Here comes Steven Richards, the man who has his own podcast on YouTube. You should check it out. As I call him Stevie Richards. Stomping a mud hole and walking it dry. Nut shot. What goes up must come down. Oh. Here comes Dean Malenko. That's 5. Hello, ladies. Here comes the British Bulldog. No. This is gonna get David in all kinds of trouble. How dare you, Jester? Man. I think the Steve Austin I'm using is running out of gas. Bam. All right, Val. Bam. We'll get the pin. That'll be our 6th elimination. Comes the dead man, the Undertaker, or Biker Undertaker. They didn't have so at the time of this game being released, they didn't have the licensing to the American Badass song by Kid Rock. Fun fact. All right, let's I guess we could go after the Undertaker. That would be Albert. Because they were part of a tactic called TNA, but we all know what they were referring to at the time. You know, TNA, tits and ass. Yeah, Pat Patterson is on a. Ooh, right in the nuts. Did you see that nut shot? Two over the pile driver. Well, he got up. Okay. I'll just deliver another one. There we go. There we go. All right, here comes Taz. These wrestlers over here looking like IMVU avatars. Well, early IMVU. Yeah. Damn. So you gotta. The key is to longevity in these matches is you gotta continue to avoid. You gotta continue. You gotta avoid. The getting into the in between. See, or you're gonna get your ass whipped like this. All right, I gotta get up. Come on. I'll let test. I'll deal with Xbox. Ooh. Jerry Lawler. All right. What is up, Joey?
See, you're having a good time in a tag match.
Yeah, I'm running what's that game called? Survival mode where you have to like eliminate as many wrestlers as you can within a certain time limit or whatever.
Oh, like Slobberknocker mode.
Yeah.
There we go. I have to mute my TV because I don't want you getting any copyright strikes from the NFL.
Oh yeah. Who are you watching? Are you watching like just re-airs?
I'm watching the Chiefs game right now.
The Cowboys got ate up by the Lions,
Well,
which was a shame, but it is what it is.
run defense.
Yeah.
They have no run defense. And I say that very nicely. They have no run defense because they got rid of Parsons. And then he's looking at a playoff game anyways because he's got the Packers now, but he's still injured, so
Yeah.
That's another big issue. That's how I know this game's old because I think Test passed away.
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler just turned 76 the other day.
That man can't stay healthy. It's crazy how many strokes he's had.
He's had 2 this year, and he doesn't look all that great.
Yeah.
He really does not look good.
I think when he had that incident in the ring where he,
Oh, the heart attack. Yeah. I think that was 2010, 2011, so about 15 years ago now. But that was him not realizing it was time to quit. And
yeah, some people just stay with a little too long in the ring, and they just.
What's his name? Let's see.
Ric Flair, when he had that return match, he had a pacemaker, and I'm like, dude, it's over.
Yeah.
And he was talking about that he had passed out for a couple of seconds, and then the doctor said he basically had a heart attack outside the ring.
Yeah, I imagine he did. So let me see. He retired. He's been retired for 2 years now, so he finally had his last match. And that was against when did they say it was? Full-time commentary. Yeah, he had his last match January 21st, 2023 at the age of 74.
Damn.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done that.
One thing I like about this game is how when you have to pick up the heavier guys, it makes them look like they're having a hard time.
Well, that's what they have not learned about this game is they'll always try and do better when they'll make things worse. That's why 2K made a good game this year, but my biggest problem is I saw Fight Forever. I didn't play it. I saw it though, and it was not great. Not great at all.
They tried to make it like this. They had the same like the dynamics to this one. It's just that everything in that game was so underwhelming. The career mode was just one dimensional. No, I get it. You're trying to make the wrestlers look cartoony, which is fine. I don't have no problem with that. But at least put in a decent career mode for it. instead of it just being like one and then you win the world title at the beginning, and then you win the tag team titles, and then you just do the storylines weren't even that great.
No, and that's why I like the older SmackDown versus Raw games. Because after they got rid of SmackDown versus Raw, I think that was 2011.
Yeah.
And then they came up with 2K12, and they've been doing that the last 14 years now. No, 13. Because it was 2K21 they didn't do. They ended up doing Battlegrounds, and that was garbage. But 2K20 was terrible too. That
2K
was
Battlegrounds would have been perfect if they hadn't put transactions in the game. That game was just I got the concept of it, but like who no one's gonna wanna pay money to unlock a wrestler.
WWE Battle. Okay. And that was still 2K Battlegrounds. That came out 5 years ago. And it was supposed to be like WWE All Stars.
Yeah.
It did not even. It was so bad that IGN gave it a 5 out of 10, and Metacritic they gave it a 56 out of 100 for Switch, PS4 60 out of 100, and then Xbox One it was 57 out of 100. So it barely got a D rating, if that.
Speaking of controversial, polarizing figures in wrestling,
I'll try not to mince words here. Great wrestler. Unfortunately, he wanted to step away from the ring, but they wouldn't let him. That was the biggest problem. Is he wanted to step away, didn't. Because they said his brain was like that of a 70-something-year-old man. So
yeah, all the stuff he would do in that ring was just insane. Like the chair shots, the way he would just throw his body around, and then the constant diving headbutt that couldn't have done his.
no, because he ended up doing his moveset after the Dynamite Kid.
Yeah.
The Dynamite Kid ended up having the same issue. And even now, Bryan Danielson, he's now on commentary instead of
Yeah,
he's on commentary instead of actually wrestling now, and he says he still has problems with his neck. That's one of the reasons he retired was his neck and the concussions, but then he came back, and now all of a sudden he's back on commentary again. Like he couldn't have stayed healthy, but I think he wanted to wrestle in front of his kids, and that's fine, but
I mean Goldberg decided to call it quits after coming back for a couple of runs.
He came back in 2016, 2020, 2022, and then this past year and this year. So, but he was complaining, "Oh, I didn't want it to end like this," and it's just like you would have gotten it ended one way or the other.
Yeah, when you have neck issues like that, you don't really last that long in the ring. I mean, Austin's pure example. After he came back, he was like active for like 3 years, and then they told him he had to quit because of the stenosis. Ah, damn. Oh,
well, 28 minutes isn't bad. You got 7 pins, so
yeah,
better than nothing.
I remember a slobber knocker. You could just randomly knock out people. In this game, you have to put in the effort.
I think the last time they had it in game was 2K15. That's the one I remember. Because I played 2K16 and 2K17. Those were both good games. It's just that
yes,
playing through the Attitude Era was really cool. That wasn't the issue, though. It was more or less they knew what they were doing. They just didn't have the example that they needed to set.
I mean, to be able to play these games now, it's just it makes you appreciate what you grew up with. You know, Hey, we got David. Hey, kid, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. So any updates on the free agents, Joey? Before I forget.
No. I did see that terrible trade, but it's not a terrible trade in aspect. Retrospect. Because it's Harry Ford. His full name is Harrison Ford. He's a baseball player, young catching prospect, number 42 overall prospect out of the top 100.
Okay.
The reason he was traded was because he's blocked by Cal Raleigh behind home plate, and if they wanted him to play first base, Josh Naylor, who the Mariners just re-signed to a decent contract, he's blocking him there, so they traded him to the Nationals. But my problem with that is this. They got Cabert Ruiz, who's the catcher there, but I don't. And then the guy they traded him for was, I think it was Jose A. Ferrier or something. No, Jose A. Ferrer. Ferrer. He went 4-4, 4.48 ERA this season. 72 games, only 11 saves. Did not have a strikeout rate. In 3 seasons with the Nationals, this was his most he's pitched the entire time he was there. Now he's going to be the left-hander out of the bullpen for them. Not a high strikeout rate. Walks at about 2 an inning. Just not a great trade, but I think they come out on the other ends looking better than anybody else. Because he's going to be, let's see, he's 25 now. He'll be 26 when the season starts. Ford only played, I think, 8 games this entire year. And he's still a rookie. He's still got his rookie status. He's going to be 23 in February. He was the first round 12th selection in the 2021 draft. So he was, it's 4 years ago. So he was 18 then. He was already 18 at that point. He went 1 for 6 with an RBI and 3 strikeouts. So he's got his first big league hit, but he's supposed to be a great catcher. That's why I don't understand, because it's him and Henry Davis who have really bright futures, but they play for, I'm going to call them Seattle a bad team, but they had the ability to win the pennant this past season, but they couldn't get over the hump. I guess I could say that, but pitching is there. But the big thing is they just trade away their top prospect because their best hitter hit 60 home runs or whatever. And then you got Josh Naylor playing first base. So
they have bad offense in Seattle.
They have offense, but it's just the fact that Cal Raleigh may be a one-year wonder. You don't know.
Yeah. That's
the biggest problem is you can have a guy hit 60 home runs as a catcher, but they fizzle. There's also the chance he fizzles out. So you just trade away a really good player for a guy who's left-handed pitcher who's been, how do I put this, barely above replacement level for his career. So he was worth 0.1 WAR. He was not even worth a full win. Yeah. And Ford's got his entire career ahead of him. But a lot of people have not signed yet. Zach Gallen being one of them. And don't trust anything Bob Nightingale says.
I was going to say, where did Gallen go to for real this time?
I don't think he's even signed yet, to be honest with you. I can take a look.
Yeah,
Zach Gallen.
This is twice now that Bob screwed it up.
It says reportedly. It doesn't mean he is. It means they're talking to him. But it's not just one team. There's 4 or 5 different teams, and Zach Gallen was not great. And I mean, downright horrible almost. He's 2 months older than me. Well, 61 days. He's 30 years old. He'll be 31 in August of next year, excuse me. 30 years old. He had one of his worst seasons, coming off a string of seasons where he's won 10 or more games. He went 13-15 with an ERA, a career high ERA of 4.83. He pitched 192 innings, his most since his top 10 finish in the Cy Young voting, I think. Yeah, he finished third in Cy Young voting 2 seasons ago. Higher strikeout rate, higher walk rate. Allowed the most hits he's allowed since 23. But he gave up 109 runs, 103 of them earned, and 192 innings. 31 home runs. So this was a considerable down year for him. So that's why. What was his contract? What did he make this year? He made $13.5 million this year, so that's a big one. That's a big one. Because you want to pay a guy who's now going to be on the wrong side of 30, who just had a 13-15 record, ERA just under 5, gave up 30-plus home runs in Arizona, may I add. Arizona is not a hitter-friendly ballpark by any means, but there is areas where people can put the ball in play. But Zach Gallen, they wanted to, I think before Nightingale screwed up, $135 million for a guy who's going to be 31 next season. And may I go back to their previous mistake, because I can, because I have it in front of me here. Jordan Montgomery, the guy who they just paid 30 in his 30s, early 30s, who they gave a bunch of money to, who was not great. It was outright terrible for them.
Yeah, it was horrible.
In his one season for the Diamondbacks, he didn't even pitch last year because he was injured.
I know.
So, negative 1.4 WAR. So he was 5 wins worse almost than he was in the previous season. He didn't play last year because he had Tommy John. He didn't pitch a single inning. So keep in mind, that contract was, let's see.
It might be the Chris Davis. It might be the Chris Davis of pitching. Bad.
Pretty much. So that entire contract was 2 years, $47.5 million. Negative 1.4 WAR. And he was traded from the Diamondbacks to the Brewers for a player to be named later. Shelby Miller had one of the best. It was so bad, that signing, that Shelby Miller, in the time he was with the Diamondbacks, was worth more wins above replacement than Jordan Montgomery in his entire contract for $47.5 million. Shelby Miller in 2025 for the Diamondbacks went 3-3 after the trade. And keep in mind, this happened on the trade deadline, July 31st. So the entire rest of the season, they had a guy pitch 37 games. Go 3-3, ERA under 2, 1.98, 10 saves, 36 1/3, just 3 homers allowed, 40 strikeouts. His ERA plus was 2.19. See, he was that much better. In total, he was worth 1.5 WAR. How much did he get paid? 200. So total, he got paid $1.25 million to put up more WAR than Jordan Montgomery did in his entire contract. That's why you've really got to be careful of these guys, because Arizona, they're not bringing back Gallen, but these other teams have to understand. Learn from your past mistakes, because Another free agent that's still out there, and I don't think he could keep up. Justin Verlander.
He's probably gonna retire eventually.
He hasn't said that yet, but
Okay.
he's going to be 43.
Damn, he's
Another
still
guy who
playing.
hasn't said he's going to retire yet and is a free agent.
10
Rich
years.
Hill.
Oh yeah, Rich Hill's
Going to be 46 next year. 46.
He probably has like 3.5 years left in him.
If he even comes, if he does, because
Yeah.
Rich Hill pitched.
With
He
the Red Sox
pitched.
2 years ago. The year before.
No,
this
just
year.
to put it bluntly, David, I was 10 when Rich Hill started his career back in 2005 with the Cubs.
Oh,
How
hell
old were
yeah.
you, Jesse? How old were you, Jesse, in 2005?
I was 19, going on 20.
So Jesse was in college then.
And
And
now
now,
2 years. Now
since
it's 2
then,
years old.
Rich Hill has pitched an entire career. I've graduated high school and elementary, high school, and college in the time that Rich Hill has pitched in the major leagues.
And now
So,
it's 2 years old.
I just saw right recently, Jeff Kent is heading to the Hall of Fame. He was elected in the class of 2026.
I
wanna make
really
that's-
hate to say this, but why? I get it. He's a great hitting second baseman, but he's not a Hall of Famer in my book. He's not. I don't see it.
I thought that's getting elected like he's not officially in because that's in January, right? I forgot how that works.
That's why I'm gonna see if it.
Yeah, he went in on the contemporary ballot. So that's
Okay,
the
yeah,
Veterans
that's what I thought.
Committee.
That's what I thought. Because they don't say who's going to the Hall of Fame until like in January.
Yeah, he was chosen the Contemporary Baseball Era Committee and was the only candidate elected from the ballot. The announcement was made Sunday, December 7th.
I think
Hello,
that's
Manny Ramirez.
no Manny, no Roger Clemens, no Barry Bonds, all three roid heads. But the biggest problem I have with that is Fernando Valenzuela was on there, Dale Murphy was on there, Don Mattingly was on there. You mean to tell me that after all that time, because Dale Murphy was great for a long time during the 70s, 80s, and even into the 90s. He played for 18 seasons. He finished 2 home runs shy of 400, but he was a great player. He played outfield, first base, and he was a catcher. 2-time MVP, 5-time Gold Glover, 7-time All-Star, 4 Silver Sluggers, and he won a Clemente Award. He was great. He had a 4-year stretch where he didn't miss a single game, and he was averaging 30 and 100 easily. He won 2 MVPs in a row, and this was back before the steroid era. He led the league back-to-back seasons, and this was considered a lot of home runs back then. He led the league with 36 and 37 home runs. Nobody not until later, but when I think of a guy who was more consistent than Dale Murphy, there wasn't too many in the 80s, besides Jim Rice and Darrell Evans, but still, in the 80s, there wasn't that many great ball players that were as consistent, and even in that time, he was one of the few guys to ever do this. 7 WAR, 30 home runs. He went 30-30, hit 302, and he had an OPS of 933. In both those seasons, back-to-back, he was an all-star, won a Gold Glove, and every year for 4 years in a row, from 82 until 85, he was top 10 in MVP voting, a 4-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glover, and a 4-time Silver Slugger.
Yeah.
I think he should have gotten in. I know that's not what I would think, but I mean,
it should have been balanced, especially after he passed away a couple years ago, and Manley.
Well, I hate to say it, but Fernando is not a Hall of Famer.
Mm.
Only because it's not his WAR, not wins above replacement, but his numbers just aren't befitting.
What about
Yeah,
what about all the complete game shutouts he did?
he had 113 complete games, but after
I mean, complete
1993,
games. Excuse me, not shutouts, but
he had 113.
okay.
31 of those were shutouts. But his
Yeah.
last one came when he was at already, because as he got older, Fernando wasn't as athletic as he was when he first came up. There's a
That's
scene
true.
in one of my favorite old baseball movies where Brendan Fraser was a pitcher, and it was called The Scout. Albert Brooks was in it, and he's telling Brendan Fraser's character, "Don't keep eating like this." And he said, "I got 2 words for you, Fernando Valenzuela." And he said, started out a picture, wound up a truck, because Fernando was pushing 260 at the end of his career there. He was not a big man by any means when he first started, but he got to
Yeah.
be heavy set at the end there. But he went 173 and 153. But his WAR overall, believe it or not, more of it, a lot of his WAR came from pitching, but he had 3.8. No, not 3.8. I think it was 4.1 career WAR as a hitter because he was so efficient. He used to be used as a pinch hitter all the time. But he did win his ring in 81, so there's that. He only pitched in 1 World Series. But as a hitter, he had 4.1 WAR. He won 1 Silver Slugger, and it was in the year he was the Rookie of the Year and the Cy Young.
Yeah.
He had 250 that year, 16 for 64 with 7 RBIs and a triple. But that was even his best year as a hitter. 1990, he hit 304, 21 for 69 with a home run and 11 RBIs. As a pitcher, he had 10 career home runs. And the year he hit 3 home runs, he didn't win a Silver Slugger. But he was a great two-way player. It's just that the numbers are there from when it was earlier in his career, but not later. His case reminds me of Andrew Jones. Because Jesse knows about Andrew Jones.
Yep.
10-time Gold Glover. But his career, unfortunately, has 2 sides to it. After 2007, he fell off a cliff, and he was not good. That's why he's not in the Hall of Fame right now. Because after 2007, where he fell off with the Braves a little bit, he goes to the Dodgers, doesn't play as well, but it's always... I'm done talking about Andrew Jones, but I'll tell you about Jeff Kent. He had too many issues with the teams he played for. That's my problem with Jeff Kent.
Yeah.
Because he was memorable in his time with the Astros, where he had the 3-run homer, I think it was in 2004. I think it was a walk-off in Game 5. I could be wrong. But he had a 3-run walk-off in Game 5. He leaves the Giants in 2002. But he was good, but his last year with the Giants, it was his best year as a hitter. I never understood that because he won an MVP in 2000 at 32, but he was...
What should be the limit of teams to play for if you want to get to the Hall of Fame? In your eyes.
I'd say 3 or 4 at the most.
Okay.
Jesse, what do you think? How many teams?
I think you should be able to play for as many teams, but I think there should be a limit too as well.
Well, the one I think of the most isn't Ricky Henderson, but it was Lee Smith, the original saves king, way back when.
Yeah.
Because he swapped so many teams. He's not near the most, but Lee Smith had the most saves for the longest time, 478. But he pitched for so many teams at that point. It was just getting to the point where it was ridiculous. So, because he pitched 18 years. But he pitched for the Cubs, the Red Sox, the Cardinals, the Yankees, the Orioles, Angels, 2 seasons, the Reds, and the Expos. So he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams. 4 of those teams he only lasted a year on. And his best year after he had one last good year in 95 as the Angels closer, but that was when he had 37 saves. He finished 22 of 500, away from 500, but
Yeah.
he was just too old at that point. He did make the Hall of Fame, and he was they changed the name of the award, but they used to call it, because Rolaids is for heartburn, Rolaids Relief. They used to call him the Rolaids Relief Pitcher of the Year. So, manager has heartburn, you need to get the save. Rolaids puts out the fire. That's why they were called firemen back then.
We didn't start the fire. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But Lee Smith is one of the common examples of a guy who was so good with so many teams that I would give him a pass at least. Him and Ricky Henderson played for a lot of teams, but I think
still were there for one of the teams for a long period of time.
Well,
like Ricky, for example.
My limit is always going to be this, because I think there's 3 or 4 players who lasted forever, but they weren't Hall of Famers. There's 3 guys who played so many, they called them journeymen for a reason, because especially in the NFL, there's a guy named Josh Johnson. When I was in my last year of middle school, he started playing. He's been in the league 18 years with 14 different teams as a backup and as a starter. XFL, USFL, AAFL, and the Arena Football League. He's been in Canada too. He's been just about every place there is for football. He's still getting a paycheck, so I can't get mad at the guy. But 14 teams. They used to call that guy a gun for hire. They used to his name would be in the phone book. It's just like, call this guy if you're in danger.
Yeah, speaking of football, yesterday was a crazy day for college football.
Oh, yeah. Ohio State.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, boy. That was that's a tough bullet to bite. But my main problem is this.
Poor Kevin.
Yeah, he's not too bad, but my big one is this. Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah,
Notre Dame doesn't want to play in a ball game.
Tell me why they said that. I wanted to know more about that.
Some teams, they get this in their heads, and I never understood this. If you think you're not good enough to if you know you're not good enough to make the college playoffs, and you know you're still going to make a bowl game, why would you say no?
It's a lifetime opportunity for those college kids.
I cannot hardly believe that they are willing to go put this crap, excuse my language, but put this out there that they don't want to play in a ball game. You'll be able to play in one of the biggest games of the year.
Yes, bowl games are a tradition.
Yeah. See, Jesse's been around longer than both of us, and he even knows. He knows that this is a traditional thing. You don't have to follow tradition. No, you don't. But you're just going to be able to tell your kids, hey, I didn't want to go play a college football game. I didn't want to go play in the playoffs.
That's not how you be a leader as a coach. You're supposed to tell players, no matter what game it is, we are playing no matter what it is.
That's why I find it to be a joke. The Fighting Irish have always had an issue with stuff like that. I don't remember the last time they were really good. Even when they had Brady Quinn, God knows, 15 years ago now, they weren't good. That's why I'm not saying the college football playoff is a joke. It could be so much worse.
It's unique.
But James Madison got in as the last team in the college football playoff, so I don't know. I think things could be better. They could be so much worse, but they're making it out to be like it's not one of those things that they could mature. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Are you watching Kansas City?
Yeah. Oh, man. That was an incomplete pass, but
I can tell you
he
right
got
now.
smoked. Rasheed Rice caught the pass, but I think it was one of the safeties for Houston. He caught the ball, got ready to turn around, and he just took a shoulder pad right to the chest. And it was as clean as one could get. He hit him shoulder pad to shoulder pad, and he just knocked the ball loose. The ball did not survive the ground, so it's not a catch. But honestly,
I could tell you right now, Frank the Tank is not happy with Notre Dame right now.
well, Frank the Tank is never happy. Frank the Tank is happy when he's unhappy. He's just one of those guys.
True.
But the big one coming through now is there is a 3-way tie now for the number 1 pick in the NFL. Tennessee beat the Browns today by a safety. It was 31-29. Shedeur Sanders actually looked pretty good. I'll give him that. He had 3 touchdowns through the air. He had 1 on the ground. He looks like everything. He's going to defy expectations for this week.
Mm-hmm.
But the Giants, it's the Giants, the Titans, and the Raiders now, all tied for the number 1 overall pick. Number 2,
the Raiders,
Cleveland Browns at 3-10.
Mm-hmm.
They are so lucky there's no such thing as a draft lottery, because can you imagine that? You're 2-11 or 3-10, and they go and pick your name out of that tumbler, and it's the Chiefs getting the number 1 pick.
That's like NBA crap.
That's why I just don't get. I get it. Like all the old, I get it. They go and pick the names out of a tumbler for the NBA lottery. They do it for the MLB now. They do it for the NHL now. I'm glad they don't do it for the NFL.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm shocked they might not go to the playoffs, Kansas City, because I mean, I haven't been paying attention to them, of course, but they've been.
They are 6-6, and if they lose tonight, they'll have 6 wins and 7 losses.
Damn.
And they will not, for the first time with Mahomes as their quarterback, win the division.
Yeah.
That is unprecedented. I give Mahomes credit as a quarterback, but tonight he's not playing like he's going to earn it. Like, I don't see.
How old is he right now? It's like the same age like Brady back in 2007.
Well,
I forgot what it was.
No, 2008 was the year Brady got his leg just torn up from underneath him because of Bernard Pollard, who played for the Chiefs. So, but that's just it. Every quarterback who's been so good is going to have a down year.
Yeah.
It's whether or not your backup is good enough. And that's why I feel bad for Daniel Jones, going on to another topic. He was playing with a fractured I think it was fractured right fibula. So he had a broken leg. He was on a broken leg. And now he tore his Achilles on his other leg.
Ooh, damn.
Yep, he did.
He's out for the year.
And then just see the CeeDee Lamb injury?
No.
I did not see. I saw the CeeDee Lamb fencing fingers and everything else. That they should have never they didn't let him go back in the game, and I'm glad they didn't, because that's up there with Tua, because Tua had the same exact reaction when he got hit that one time.
Yeah. Daniel Jones.
Okay, I think the Chiefs just threw an interception, so there's that.
I wonder what's going on with the Chiefs. Is it the injuries, or
it's not? Just... No, it's the decline of the dynasty is finally happening. It happens to every franchise that gets good.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys.
It happened to the Cowboys. It happened to the Niners. It happened to the Patriots. So, and Mahomes has thrown 2 interceptions tonight, and that was just a freaking arm punt that I just saw. It was terrible. Like, it wasn't close to being anywhere near his receiver. But every team has its decline.
Yeah.
And the Patriots are coming out of theirs. And I mean, don't mean like rising from the dead, but they finally found their quarterback and their coach again.
I give Mike Vrabel a lot of credit. I have a lot more respect for him than Bill Belichick.
Well, it's because I hate to say this, but Belichick, he should have left. He should have left well before he finally did.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot.
Greg Popovich left after the stroke. He's like, I'm done.
Well, it's because Belichick he's too proud for himself. He's got all those rings now. He's got what, 6 rings? No,
because of the Giants.
He's got 8. 2 with the Giants and 6 with the Patriots. So he's got 8 rings.
The reason why I say don't get me wrong, I love Bill Belichick for all he did, as coaching wise with the Pats is great. But the thing is, the reason why I have a lot more respect for Vrabel than I do with Belichick, because he has way more personality than Belichick. I mean, look what he does at the end of the games. At the end of the tunnel, he gives every player a high five after a win. Those players know playing for him, and that is how you be a great coach.
Well, I give Vrabel this. He played for Belichick.
Yes.
And he went from being, and this is my funniest thing about it, because I think about one thing and one thing only right now. That's a first down on a 3rd and 17. That was a good conversion. But Vrabel got fired from Tennessee.
For some reason.
And that is the perfect revenge in my book.
Yeah.
Tennessee is 2-11 right now. Cam Ward got a win today. He's 2-11. He is a dead duck out there, but he's not as bad as Ryan Leaf was by any means.
Oh, I remember.
He's progressing a bit better, and Bryce Young is still my high water mark when it comes to a guy who just got left for dead pretty much. Because my high water mark for Cam Ward right now is between Justin Fields and Bryce Young. Cam Ward is about right here, I would think. But again, I'm not a talking head here. I'm just trying to give what I think is a common assessment, because the Browns have been through what, 3-4 quarterbacks already this season?
Yeah, they have.
Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, and now Shedeur Sanders. That, I don't know if you've ever seen the shirt. I'm sure Jesse's seen it, and I've seen it. But there is a shirt of a guy that goes around in Cleveland, and it's got the name of every quarterback for the last 26 years that has started at least one game for the Cleveland Browns. It's a long list. And one of the worst names that's on there is Spurgeon Wen.
Who?
Exactly. His name was
Don't forget
Spurgeon
Tim Couch.
Tim Couch, Jake Delhomme. Jake Delhomme was on there. Brandon Whedon's on there. There is a lot of players, and if I can find it real quick, I'll find it. Cleveland.
Yeah, Brandon Whedon was a dumb draft pick because they drafted him at age 29 out of college.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And he still played. Let's see, quarterback, jersey.
Age 29 in college. 4 years.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
There's a 59-year-old playing college ball right now as we speak.
God, I wish they had an updated one. I can't find it.
Well,
There
that's
it is.
well,
There
that's
it is. Here's one of the updated ones. Let me share my screen just so David can understand exactly how bad, and I mean how freaking bad it
I
is.
wonder. I wonder if Drew Carey and Steve Harvey still roots for the Browns. Jesus.
This is the list. Detmer, Wen, Doug Peterson, Kelly Holcomb, Jeff Garcia, Luke McCown, Trent Dilfer, Charlie Fry, Derek Anderson, Ken Dorsey, Brady Quinn, Bruce Godkowski, Colt McCoy, Jake Delhomme, Seneca Wallace, Brandon Whedon. I think that's Chad Lewis, Jason Campbell, Brian Hoyer, Johnny Manziel. I don't know who Shaw is, but Josh McCown, Davis,
Oh, I know those guys.
RG3, Cody Kessler, Deshaun Kaiser, Kevin Hogan, Tyrod Taylor, Mayfield, Baker Mayfield, Case Keenum, Cedric Mullins, Jacoby Brissett, and I think that's Dwayne Haskins, Dorian Thompson Robinson. I'm not sure if that's PJ Walker, Joe Flacco, Jeff Driscoll, Jameis Winston, Bailey Zappi, and that was Nick Mullins on there, by the way. And now add the 3 from this season. Quarterbacks for this season. So just to give you a rough estimate, let me share my screen again just to show you from 1999 until now. Just so David can understand, because this is before David was born.
I guess I couldn't see the shirt. I think Justin needs to search for it.
So Tim Couch and Ty Detmer were 1999. Peterson, Couch, and Wen, Tim Couch and Kelly Holcomb, Holcomb and Couch, Garcia, McCown, Holcomb, Dilfer and Fry, Fry and Anderson. Oh, man.
That's
including one season in 2008 where they started 4 quarterbacks: Derek Anderson, Brady Quinn, Ken Dorsey, Quinn and Anderson, McCoy, Delhomme, and Wallace, Thad Lewis, that's who it was. Brandon Whedon in 2012 started 12 games for that team. He was 29. Jason Campbell, Brandon Whedon, Brian Hoyer, who would end up playing for the Niners. Brian Hoyer, Johnny Manziel, Connor Shaw, Josh McCown, Johnny Manziel, Austin Davis, Cody Kessler, Robert Griffin III, Josh McCown, Deshaun Kaiser, Kevin Hogan. That was the year they went 0-16. Baker Mayfield, Tyrod Taylor, Mayfield for 2 seasons. Mayfield, Keenum, and Nick Mullins, Jacoby Brissett and Deshaun Watson. And then 2023 was the year the freaking wheels fell off. 5 starting quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco.
All because of injuries?
All of injuries, yes.
Oh, man. I thought
Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco,
that team.
That 2023 team went 11-6. They went 11-6 that year with 5 different quarterbacks.
I thought the 49ers was bad.
Well, the Niners only went through 3.
Well,
they
the
were
thing
so
about the
bad.
Cleveland Browns is that they weren't the original Cleveland Browns. This was a glorified expansion team.
This is a continuation.
Yeah.
After Cleveland got moved in 1995 to Baltimore.
Yeah.
To become
the Ravens are the original Cleveland Browns, David. Just like the Tennessee Titans are the original Houston Oilers.
Yes. But it's just it's a dumpster fire. They call it the Factory of Sadness for a reason. But it was so bad that they had 5 different quarterbacks, not including Josh Dobbs as well. They traded their first 3 picks in that draft to Cleveland and Houston. Just keep that in mind. They had no first rounder in 23 and no second rounders. It was the 3rd round on and they had a rookie starting quarterback in Oh, that was the Deshaun Watson trade. That is terrible.
Yeah, that was the one with that was the one.
Oh no. I can't. I'd love to know who they picked. I'd love to know. Oh God, Jameis Winston started there. That's right, and he was better than Deshaun Watson was. People forget Jameis Winston was the first overall pick in that draft. He's only 31, and he's actually not been that bad. He's got 154 career touchdowns. People forget he was really good. But
that was just a stupid trade. Not to mention with what he's done, but just a stupid trade at all because he can't stay healthy. He ruptured his
he ruptured his Achilles
tendon,
and they were chanting at him, "You deserve it."
And then he re-ruptured it during rehab. So he's
Yep.
I think he should retire because he can't stay healthy.
Since that whole issue and everything else, he started a grand total of 19 games. He's gone 9-12. 9-10. And he's thrown for just about 3,500 yards with 19 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, but he's garbage.
Heck, David could go out there and try out.
I would agree with that. I would certainly agree with that.
Of course, David wouldn't. David wouldn't.
With my health conditions, no thanks.
Well, I just want to know what they were thinking, and they still owe him a whole lot of money. They could not release him with that dead cap. But no, they did not field a team from 96 to 98.
So Baltimore used to be there, Jesse, in Cleveland. You said earlier?
Baltimore was the original Cleveland Browns, and then they moved to
Baltimore. Yeah.
Same thing. We had the Houston Oilers, and then I think in 97 or 98 they moved. Let me see.
Yeah, it was right around there, and they had issues with that too. That was the biggest problem. Okay, I'm not really paying attention. I'm paying attention to you guys. I'm not paying attention to this game. Oh my God, he got him. The Texans had the ball going this way, first down, inside Chiefs territory. They're looking to go ahead. But the best quarterback, and this is really sad that I could say this, they have not had a better quarterback since Otto Graham. And this was 70 years ago, 75 to be exact. Otto Graham went 57-13-1. No quarterback has been that good before or since.
Tell me
I think that was their last championship too.
Tell me who's the name of the trainers that they all had over the years. Jeez.
Trainers?
Because they're the ones that teach the quarterbacks how to train, and they get hurt all the time.
Oh God, I really don't know about that one, David. That's not what I know about. I know I'm more of a stat guy. I don't keep track. Every training staff is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people, they just don't get hurt. Like the only guy I know that was an Iron Man, and I don't mean played both sides of the ball, but the longest streak that wasn't a kicker was a guy named Jim Marshall years ago. And he's only known for one thing and one thing only, sadly. The Vikings were playing the Niners. This was what old Kezar Stadium up here in San Francisco. They don't even use it anymore. It's just this flat track now. But it used to be this beautiful stadium in San Francisco. I think it was in the 70s when it happened. But there's a fumble, and then Marshall starts running the wrong way, and then he gets the ball out of the end zone, and they say, it's not going to be a touchdown, it's going to be a safety.
He played for 20 years.
You don't see it happen, but you see people dropping the ball in the end zone a lot, though. but he played 20 years, Jim Marshall. I think he played his entire career for Minnesota. But he
Dang.
started the most consecutive games in a row by anybody. He just passed away in June. He was 87 years old.
Oh. You have to go back to our three, Tracy.
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're the same.
Oh,
You
my
have
bad.
to. I cannot see all of us.
So what happened was he has the most games played
There we
by
go.
That's better.
he has the most games played by one team and in a row by a defensive player. He played, and the Texans just went up 17-10. But he played 270 consecutive games in a row. He was
That's pretty good for
considered an
NFL
Iron
terms.
Man forever. He had
There we go.
130 and a half sacks. What's up, man?
All right.
Yes. There you go. Emo, yeah. That's impressive for NFL.
Well, this was back when it was much more violent,
Yes.
where you
more
could horsepower
barbaric.
tackle. You could basically line guys, hit them in the throat, gouge their eyes, and everything else. It was a much more dangerous and violent sport.
Yeah, Terry Bradshaw played during that era where he got suplexed. Remember, Joey? Have you ever seen
Oh,
that,
God.
that video?
Oh, no. I remember that. It was
Yeah.
well after the whistle, and he just dropped him on his head.
Yes.
And
That's how barbaric the NFL was back in the day.
The one that I think of most vividly is the Jim McMahon one. I think it was Charles Baker. It was in Chicago. It was when they were playing the Packers. And it was well after the play. The guy's going like this, and then he just takes Jim McMahon, side slams him right on his head. He jammed his shoulder. He jammed his neck. It was just... And they suspended him 5 games for it. Now, you would not see anything of that sort. Like, the worst one I remember was the one when it was the Steelers and Vince Young. 3 Steelers went like this to Vince Young. They just took him from a standing position, dropped him on his head. This was years ago now, but
now it's like the NFL's more.
Well, they're going more safety related,
Yeah.
I think. But let me see if I can find it here.
I think
Vince Young.
I remember when I realized how barbaric. I was a kid when I realized how barbaric the.
Here it is.
NFL was when I cheered Steve Young.
Oh God, yeah, no, he used to get destroyed.
Yes,
he had so many concussions. I'm gonna mute real quick so I can get the video up. But I just want to show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well,
you've never seen barbaric hits, David?
Not that I know of.
I muted it, but this is what I'm talking about. It's a 3rd and 12. They're sending a blitz, but 3 guys are just going to wrap them up and then just
bam.
Yeah, no, that wasn't considered a penalty somehow. But
and he was out. Look at him. They fucked him up. He's lucky he got up from that. Well, yeah. James Harrison. Man. You want to talk about a barbarian for that team? James Harrison.
He has the record for the most fines in the NFL, no less. Like
him and then Vontaze Burfict or another one. Vontaze Burfict. Yeah, that guy was a monster.
Who has the best old school NFL stadium look, Jesse, do you think? Then I'll ask Joey. Like, you know, like we were just talking about the 49ers had the best stadium look, but I meant like currently, what is the best old school, stadium the NFL has right now, Jesse?
That's a big one.
I would say Heinz Field because they remind me of that's the older version I would think of.
Yeah.
It's not quite Three Rivers Stadium, but that's the one that I think of when I think of old school because they don't really make the old school stadiums anymore.
What team is that, Joey?
That's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah,
they don't really make the older stadiums. They don't have them around anymore. Like they go with these just ugly looking modernized stadiums. I don't.
What do you think of the Packers one?
Lambeau
Lambeau?
Field. Oh man, they changed it around a bunch, but it's still one of the best stadiums there is. You feel
Yeah.
like you're at a football game,
Hmm.
in spite of the fact that it was 8 degrees there this afternoon.
You ever been to a
Oh,
Patriots game, David?
one time back in December of 2018.
Okay. He's like, one time.
You picked
Never,
the
At least he
best
got
time.
to go to a football game.
never again in the wintertime, unless if it's another team I like to see as an opponent, but never again.
I'm sorry, but you picked December in New England to go to a
Of all
football game.
places.
No, it was Christmas gifts.
I know, but still, the person had to have thought it's just like it's December in New England. It's gonna be
I know.
freezing. Let's send
Poor
the poor
David,
kid to
he's
a
like-
football game.
Could you imagine icicles coming
He's
coming
just-
down his
he's just like-
bangs?
I love football, but my feet hurt.
I think I
No,
got frostbite
no.
in my fingers.
Now I'll be like, is there any way I can walk around this stadium, please?
Yeah,
While
no,
I
but
can watch the game
it's-
still.
it's difficult and probably one of the worst stadiums. And I'm not saying this to be rude, but Candlestick Park, when it was open, was one of the most unbearable stadiums because when it was
49ers,
the
right?
summer,
Yeah.
it was nice. During the fall, forget it. It
Watch an
had some
early
of the
90s
worst-
49ers game, David. They have them on YouTube, and you'll see how brutal.
Oh,
that
I've seen what Candlestick will. I saw what.
Oh, it was
Candlestick
windy.
will-
It was so windy just about at all times. It wasn't that it was bad, it's just that in the fall in San Francisco, it's in the 50s, and all you see is just these because it was a very open air stadium.
Not to
there was
mention how foggy it would
Yeah.
get too.
Yeah.
I remember those Cowboys and Niners games back in the 90s, man. They would just go out there and just beat the tar out of each other.
Yes.
If I ever go to a game in December again, it'll be either for a the Patriots playing a team that I also like, or just to get a once in a lifetime experience watching it in the snow, because that's only Buffalo gets, I guess. I don't know
It's
what
gonna
other
be
team.
cold out in that snow.
Well, that was the Buffalo game today when they were playing the
Yeah.
Bengals. It was snowing. There was so much snow on the ground. It was
Those are the best
was
games
brutal.
too.
If I ever go in the snow for a football game again, luckily I have these hand warmers.
Yeah, hand warmers, they'll get you through just about anything. Because I've been to Vegas, and that was probably the hottest weather I've ever experienced. The day we left, it was supposed to be, it was in the 70s at home when we left, and it was August. It was in the 70s here.
Yeah.
We leave Vegas. It's 114 in Vegas, and we're in the airport, ready to take off. And I'm just like, thank God we're headed home. A week
Even
later,
the-
it's over 100 degrees in the middle of August. And I'm just
Emo-
like, the hell is this?
Emo, you know what that feels like over there in Florida, don't you?
The hot weather.
Over 100 degrees in the summertime.
Yeah, but I like it.
Yeah, he doesn't have to get the moss off his ass. He's fine. He's happy. He just walks outside. He gets up. It's cold, and then next thing you know, he's nice and comfortable in a t-shirt and shorts. Happiest man alive.
I just feel
The only
bad for the people
problem-
that live there in Florida in the summer, just like with Romy in Arizona. For
The only
God's
thing they
sake.
have to worry about is hot weather, alligators, and invasive iguanas, and
Well, hurricanes, because
That
one
too.
Yes.
one moment you're relaxing in a beach chair, the next moment you see a hurricane go by, but then it stops and you're just like, oh, it's still sunny outside. I'll go back into my beach chair. I can't imagine
good idea.
anything like that.
You'll get a sunburn. if you don't put sunscreen.
That's more of
Do I
you,
look
David.
like I don't burn? You see how pale I am?
David
I
would
get
burn.
as red as this shirt when I
David
don't
would
wear
burn
sunscreen.
David would burn looking. I mean, having his light on in his room.
Just anything but my neck.
Yeah,
Dude.
no, it was so bad because the worst sunburn I got was when I went to Sacramento in winter raging waters. I had my shirt off and everything else, and I was in the lazy river, but I was too big around of getting one of those little floaties. So I'm just like this. I'm leaning back. I get back to wherever I was, and I'm trying to go to sleep at night. I'm like this. I'm like, I'm trying to sleep on my stomach, but every time I go to turn, it's just like, you look like you're singing the witch doctor because you're trying not to lay on your sunburn. And to tell you the truth, that hurt more than the back tattoo that I have. It hurt a lot more than getting the back tattoo. Somehow.
Especially if you have that stupid.
I don't know how.
Hey, buddy.
Oh yeah. No, I had somebody do that when I had gotten that done, and they patted me on the back. I went, and I'm like, I'll kill you later, but thanks.
I don't know how people do tattoos. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, neither do I.
It's painful. I don't know why people would want to do that. No offense.
Be stupid. That's
Yeah, there you go.
I guess that's what you are.
I know I'm stupid. I'm dumb, but I'm not stupid. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But okay. No, they hurt at first, but the funny part is I was definitely scared of needles when I was younger. I would always run. I'd hide from the doctor and everything else, but now I could get tattoos and feel fine.
Who's that supposed to be? Me?
Yeah, that's you in the middle of Boston.
Sunburn.
And the little rosy cheeks.
Rosy cheeks, huh?
But no, tattoos really aren't as bad if you know your pain tolerance. That's the way I've gone about it. I've never been one of those.
How much is the tattoos?
Well, they can range anywhere from $40 all the way up to a couple thousand, depending on how big you want the piece.
Dang.
And that's
again, you don't have to get anything big. Like the smallest tattoo I have, smallest ones I have at least, are these. I have these two. These are the smallest ones I have. And this was, I think, 40. This was 40. This was, this here was, I think, 80. Up here was 80. No, this was 60.
Yeah.
This was 60, and that's all color. My back cost close to $600.
Damn.
But that's because that's the whole outline and everything else. And then there's the numbers on my back, which is a gigantic 6 and a gigantic 4. Then I got green and gold outlining on the numbers and on my letters. And you know how long my last name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, okay, so this is my left shoulder. This is my right shoulder. So it goes A, C, A, double C, the middle C and A right here is where it hurt the most because this is where the vertebrae is. And then IA down to the other shoulder. So it goes from shoulder to shoulder. But no, it was not as bad after the fact. It's just that it takes about 2 weeks to heal. But no, after they put that nice soap on you and everything else and tape you up, it just stings.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like a continuous bee sting. It's not really as bad unless you know you're.
David, have you ever been stung by a bee?
I've been stung by a bee.
Huh?
Not that. Can I? Not
5 times.
I know of. 5 times.
5 times. First time was when I was 8. Funnily enough, it was playing catch with my dad. Lost the tennis ball in a thing of lavender.
Oh no!
Reached in, got the tennis ball. What's on the tennis ball in my hand? Bee.
Oh.
And my neighbor my neighbor was smoked cigarettes, so he went and did this. He got the tobacco. He tore open one of his cigarettes, got the tobacco out, and it helped numb the stinging and everything else. It's really not that bad to get stung by a bee. Stepping on a Lego, on the other hand, is worse.
Yeah, I've stepped on a couple of Legos and I hated it.
Well, it's
Or
because
even-
you
or-
don't
or-
think about it. You
Or
don't think, because
or-
I've burned myself before too, and I've done it while I was at work. But it's one of those things where when you feel something that's painful, you don't. It's either you don't think about it at first, or you're just like, it's like that thing from Ernest, played by Jim Varney, where he slams his hand in the trunk, and then he looks at the camera, looks back, looks at the camera, looks back, and then he screams like a delayed reaction.
or even worse, a stand of a glass table.
Ooh, no, I've not done that, but I've had plenty of injuries in my life. The worst one was actually getting my hand slammed in a trunk. Because I was like 10 at the time, and I was talking to my mom, and she's doing something in the trunk of our car. And my hand's like this, just like this, on the edge of the trunk. And she's getting ready to shut the trunk. Next thing you know,
I know what he's talking about because that happened to me. You know, if
it's
you had
an accident. You're not paying. You're a kid. You're not paying attention.
yeah,
And your
that
pain
happened to me at
tolerance 100
12.
times lower. And the next thing I know, I feel this. I don't feel the thing, but it goes, bam! And I'm like this. I'm like, you know that feeling where you feel the pain coming,
Yeah.
but you don't realize it. And then, hey, what's up, Dom?
What's up, Dom?
But the thing that happens is you start feeling it in your face. You're just like, and then you just start crying. And
then when you see it, it just makes it so much worse. That happened to me. I got my finger smashed in a burglar bar door. And then my nail was like turned to the side like that, and it was bleeding. And I just looked at it, and then I just started screaming.
Yeah. People think that pain is not easy to get over. It isn't.
Yeah.
Like I've hit my head so many times. It hurts, but it's even worse when you get kicked in the head, like not by an actual leg, but by a soccer ball or something like that. I went to do a header one time, and my friend's like this. His foot's coming this way, my head's going this way. His foot hits the ball, and it just goes boom. It's not quick either. It just goes boom. It makes you think of John Madden. It's like boom.
Pow!
Yeah, it's instantaneous almost. Oh God, that's actually funny that you bring that up. When I was in high school, my senior year, there was this swarm of bees.
That's death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the middle of lunch. I'm just doing what I normally do. I'd throw a ball against a wall and warm myself up and everything else, and I'd catch the ball off the wall. And I see people doing this. They start going like this, getting down flat on their stomachs.
Yeah.
And people near me are like, get down. And I'm like, what? And I hear, get down. And then I hear like the sound of a vibrating phone. And it's just this massive, and I've watched plenty of cartoons. I never thought in my life I'd see a swarm of bees.
But that's basically what a swarm of bees would look like, David, if you were to mess with them. Which I recommend you don't.
No. But all I remember was I got the ball, I got my glove, and I'm flat on my stomach. And they go, vroom. I don't know. What
I hopped in as soon as I saw the image of David being stung by bees.
Oh,
man.
But no, it's scary when you don't realize bees don't bother you if you don't bother them.
What?
But when they travel,
It reminds you of that scene from that movie with Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, I was thinking of the Wicker Man.
Oh,
David
no,
yelling.
No.
David yelling, need the bees, Need to
Micro,
be.
yeah.
I
Where
don't know my eyes.
dumbass
My
kicks
eyes.
the birds in the bee's nest, and then knowing he was allergic to him, he just
Yeah,
ends up.
and that funeral scene was sad, but you shouldn't
Yeah.
screw with bees. It's
Hell,
like
I had
those.
friends that would kick when we were in
Same.
school, kick a trash can. Yeah,
Why?
with bees in it. They would kick it,
Why?
and the bees would come out, and I was like, dude, you're gonna get stung. And he goes, shut up, Mark. And he,
What the hell?
They call you
Why
Mr.
would you even think about that?
Beauregard, it's been a minute. How's your sex life? His face. And that's why I asked him. We have you on the big screen, so my woman can see your reactions.
Oh,
Hey, at least emo hasn't gotten any breakups with girlfriends like you've done many times.
David, you know I would take that as an insult, but you've never even had a girl touch you and all that.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
Jesus.
I have proof of hugging a GameStop model. I have proof. You want me to summon?
How much did you have to pay for that?
It was part of my Price is Right Make a Wish trip.
I can't make fun. I can't make.
What is he talking about? Did he save his hymen after someone broke it? Right?
He saved his hymen after someone broke
Is
it.
that the proof he's talking about?
Yeah.
Here, Charlie, let me show you so that way you know what I'm talking about.
David, you don't need to show the proof. Who are you? Do you have to
Don't
show
you-
every?
Don't you want the truth?
David, I know. You told this chick that your wee wee was small, so you wanted a sympathy hug.
Well, I was dealing with the cold, so I didn't want.
Oh, so you made your wee wee was small. Okay. It was an innie, not an outie.
Oh my god.
shit.
Yeah, emo. What do you have to say to that? What's your response?
You know what? Wait a minute. I just realized this is not your StreamYard, David.
Yes, it is yours. Because I need. Because.
So
of
how
room
did
availability.
so Chayden, how did you get here?
Because
I have magical powers. I just teleport wherever I feel like it. No, the link was posted in the Renegades. Wait, how'd you get in here, Mr. Beauregard?
it's his StreamYard.
Oh, I was wondering why I was because it's on the network 3000. I was wondering why I don't just pop up like I usually do whenever I pop into David's chill streams.
Well, my chill streamers will be coming back part of 3,000 hangouts next year once I get this ball rolling.
Oh, David, I got more advice for you when it
What's
comes to the job stuff. Okay, so David, whenever if anything goes awry, blackmail someone.
Why?
I don't know, better career opportunities. Just find them unconscious, naked, and take some picture of them, and then tell them that you'll leak it if you don't get a promotion.
I can't picture David doing.
Well, that's your advice. At least I didn't have to go through it yet. Like
Yes, but yeah. If ever you find your boss naked, asleep somewhere, which then the question will be, how would you do that? But anyway, let's just pretend for a moment. You find your person naked. Oh, did the guy leave because the Texans are winning?
Maybe
I'd probably be leaving too if the Texans were winning. Anyway. So yeah, just find the person, like let's say Mr. Beauregard's your boss, right? You see him butt ass naked in coddling his Blue's Clues plushie.
Mm-hmm.
and then you just take some pictures of him butt ass naked, calling his Blues Clues plushie, and then you tell him that if I don't get this damn promotion, I'm going to showcase it on my OnlyFans. Yeesh, yeesh, yeesh.
Mm.
Mr. Bogart, you with that face, I'm starting to worry. Do you sleep naked with a Blues Clues plushie you cuddling up to at night?
It says Sleepy Time Bear in the back.
Oh, it's a Sleepy Time Bear in the back.
My,
Oh, that's what.
my plushie, my blue plushie is still in the closet, and since then, since like last year, 2024, I began doing pajama pants more.
Ah, so you're telling me that when you go into the closet to get the plushie, when you come out, that means you're gay?
Shit, here we go.
They said shit. Here we go.
Okay, that did not come out right. That did not come out right.
Well.
Here we go.
Well, he's out of the closet now.
Hey, we support you, Mr. Bogart. We already revealed that Dante Pittman is not only gay for Obafemi, he also is he is not really a black man, he is a white man, and he is really El Grande Americano. That was exposed because anytime El Grande Americano popped up, we never see Dante on streams. So we came to the conclusion. David would have fit the MO, but David is too puny.
Hmm.
David, you gotta fire back at me. You can't just.
Well, I'm sorry. I've been doing some business.
What's the business? Fingering your own ass?
YouTube business.
So fingering your own ass for a short for YouTube. All right, gotcha.
You see, what happened was that, and it never became an outie. So occasionally he has to go in there and push it out.
So it becomes yeah. Your thoughts on that, David?
No comment.
So confirmed, yeah. Yeah, all right. It's okay, David. We support you and your innie.
What? I don't know.
That makes me think
I
of
have
one
no idea.
SpongeBob moment.
All right, David. I'll explain it to you. It's basically where your penis is so small, it looks like it's inside instead of outside. Innie and not naughty. Is that the best way to describe it, sweetie?
Yes.
You're the one that deserves to be outside out of my property.
David?
That doesn't make any sense. Why do you want me to be outside on your property? Do you want me to pee on your yard?
I said outside out of my property, you smuck.
So you want me to be out of off of your property taking a shit on the sidewalk?
No, on a tree.
On a free?
On a tree, you smuck.
On a tree? So you want me to take a shit on your tree by your home? Your property?
No, a tree in the middle of the woods.
Where's your property then? You said out of your property, but
Is the woods outside of my property? Yes, you deserve to be there in the middle of nowhere.
Instructions unclear. He's about to take a shit in the backyard.
yeah, instructions unclear. About to take a shit in the backyard.
Well, good, you deserve it.
I'm taking a shit in the backyard of your property. I feel like I still got a long ways to go to get, because David has become quite savage, especially what he said to Victor a few weeks ago. So but I still got work to do on the boy.
Well,
You told Victor something bad, David?
Yeah, he wait, David, is it Jordan hashtag Go Ball Legits? Is he gonna be reacting to that episode with you this week, David?
Episode 200 actually.
Oh my God! Y'all wait until the very last minute. Well, hey, you know what? Fuck it.
I gotta think of some segments for episode 200.
That is true. That is true. That is very true. Which also reminds. Yes, Mr. Beauregard, you looked like you had an idea and an erection.
The first option. For David, I was thinking it's the 200th episode. Yes, David.
Say that again. Sorry.
I was thinking it is it is going to be the 200th episode. Yes.
Next week on the 19th. Yeah.
And it is the holiday season, right?
Yes.
Maybe little Jeff here can give you a poem.
A Christmas poem?
That also regards the channel itself.
I mean, anything I can think of really that makes it funny. I don't mind. It doesn't have to be the channel.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, as the co-owner, I agreed to this thing, especially to see Mr. Beauregard stick that hand up that puppet's ass while he talks. Wait. Let me ask you.
He's wearing a glove.
Do you call like, okay, so you call Little Jeff. So let me ask you, do you call your penis Little Emo?
Oh my God.
It's
Nothing makes sense anymore.
See, I know David calls his Little Pipsqueak, but
Little Dave.
What? Yeah, we call it an innie, but he calls it Little Pipsqueak. He like one time David told me in a call that he knows one day it will get bigger. Yeah, he sings to it. So girl, that's what my woman said.
That's a new one. Naming your own.
Well, I was gonna say I don't name my own penis, but you name my penis, right, sweetie? Well, if you haven't, make one up right now.
If I had to,
Slippery dick.
It's just sufficient to get my own.
What the fuck?
if I had to think of one for you, Chari, it'll be named Disgrace because that's who you are.
You heard that? He said if you can name my penis. Wait, David, why you want to name another man's penis?
Aren't you the one who brought this topic up?
Well, I'm telling the audience what you've told me behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes of what?
Behind the scenes, like in a private call.
Isn't it? Don't you know that whatever is, let's say behind the scenes, supposed to stay behind the scenes, if necessary.
So you admit that you didn't deny the call, and you didn't deny the fact that you called your penis little pipsqueak.
That's it. That's it.
You literally fell for that one. Oh no, he's having his meltdown.
Oh.
Oh, you can see right there.
I only saw like half of that. What just happened?
Oh.
This guy is not making any sense. Just like his sex life.
How would my sex life not make any sense?
Because
You haven't been there, you don't understand. No.
Yeah, my woman said you haven't been there, you don't understand. We know.
well, soon enough I will be, so you get my mind out of it. But
Oh, okay, so we have a pasty former friend of ours that we can hook you up with.
that's sorry, not gonna happen.
Well, yeah, you're good. You're dodging a bullet because yeah. There. Oh, right there. Don't move your leg. You're gonna turn the camera on. They'll see your feet, and they got to pay. Don't want to get
Yeah.
Mr. Beauregard excited by by seeing my woman's feet. Now, do we?
I'll
Oh,
answer
you
that
wore no underwear?
privately.
No, I ain't worried about that.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh, don't shower yet. Anyway, we'll go smoke. You want to go with me?
No.
All right. Anyway,
Okay.
so all
So,
bullshit aside, how's everybody's day been?
nothing new.
Been pretty good.
Mr. Beauregard?
Let's just say it's been a little tricky because I've been falling asleep on certain things after I eat.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, mine was good. Primarily just work. It was a long day. It was a good day. It wasn't like, can't complain too much about anything. What was I gonna say? It was something important. Yeah, I know the next few weeks I won't be working nonstop, so my visibility on here is going to be very limited outside of probably. Well, I can't really say that. David, when are you going live on when's episode 200? Is it this Saturday or next Saturday?
Next Saturday on the 19th, 7:30 your time.
Okay.
But
Well,
it all depends how long the second interview. I mean, both interviews will be filmed for.
people will
after.
still on that episode. People were able to come on at some point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna
just don't know
say.
when yet.
I was gonna say, make that stream fucking long. I don't give a fuck. It's episode 200.
Yeah,
How many?
I knew that. I knew
Yeah.
that.
If I need to take over for a good portion to let people in or whatnot, I will. Probably for like an extra hour. I don't know, but it just depends on what my schedule is.
Yeah.
But I should be able to pop in and all that.
I was thinking like something from like 7:30 to like midnight your time or something.
Yeah. Midnight seems pretty. Midnight seems pretty reasonable and all that.
Yeah, because I don't want to be, I mean, no offense to Mr. Money, but I can't believe how many hours he streams for. Up until 4 a.m. my time, he's still live.
David, well, I was going to say, you see how long some of my streams go. What was it? Late Night with the Devil, the last few, like my next one. That's why I'm doing at 7 p.m. on January 1st. Because that's one's going to be a long one.
Well, long as it has some purpose when it comes to doing it that long, then I'll give you credit for.
Well, like my plan is that Late Night with the Devil is going to be the last one for a long while. And it's more so going to be a recap show about everything that happened within the last year. I'll probably show clips of some chaotic moments that I can share. I don't have to worry about anybody copyright claiming because, like I'll be able to show like Mr. Money clips, and I'll show probably something that happened on my channel, even maybe yours, because I think there was an open house that happened that ended in chaos on one of the open house on your thing. And then probably a few other places.
Speaking of streams, before I forget, I mean, do you think people should talk about I'm not talking about like professionals. So people talk about politics if it's like, related, like if necessary or whatever, to make the streams something.
I've always said if you're passionate about it, then and don't worry about what other people may think of you. I always say
that's not more.
My wife is a fucking leftist. Proud of it. I'm not like so like. We are both on opposite sides of the spectrum when it comes to political, right? And we have I have openly told her to her face when the government shutdown happened. I told her directly to her face that all these protests, especially here in San Antonio, that were happening, I want to make fun of the people who orchestrated because I wanted to make a joke saying, well, y'all did that. And, y'all were speaking with your chest and saying no kings this, no kings that. And then what did your government do? Like the Democrats, they bowed at the finger because it was pretty much the game of chicken between these two because one was going to withhold as long as they could, and we know that the left was always going to bow at the ring. That's just how it is. Unfortunately, it's been going on for decades. It's not even just a current situation. A lot of people that are in the Democratic Party are weaklings. I'm talking about
did I tell you? I forgot to tell you last night when I was swiping. I found a woman that was so far left. It was just the way she was talking. Like she goes, no MAGA, no this, no that, and
was her name Ariel?
I think so, but she was like very
glasses, little chubby.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. No, the funny enough that bitch fucking I used to be friends with her. Funny enough, she still follows me on Instagram, and I follow her just to see some of her dumb claim things. I sometimes just like the stupid shit. Like that's one of the reasons why I subscribe to certain YouTubers, even if they're bumbling buffoons. Anyway,
I'm just trying to think of topics like other than sports or game shows that gets me, to rank about 40 on.
I've always told you, David, don't do it just for the sake of doing it. Don't have them organic. Don't have them be fucking. Oh well, this Tuesday I'm mad about this. Next Tuesday, because then you're like, why do you think I don't do Late Night with the Devil every fucking week?
Yeah.
Literally, the only reason why this episode is going to happen is just because I really don't feel comfortable doing it on any other show. If I could talk, if I could bundle up both the good and the bad of 2025 on Open House, I would. But I want to separate the two. Plus, it gives me extra viewership revenue, if you will. But and plus, it's a little thing to put a little nice bow on it, and also see what the people that were that. And I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about some politics stuff as well on that episode that would be considered drama. Anyway, yeah, don't do one every week unless if your Red Sox go on an eight game losing streak, then do it. Talk about how they suck and how you would make them so much better.
I'm just trying to think of of course I want to do it for a reason every week, but it's something that to make it like presentable, but with trying to get everybody involved or something.
For example, if I was a big Cowboys fan, right, I would not be upset. I would not even make a stream when the Cowboys don't make it to the Super Bowl again, although they have beaten the last two Super Bowl champions as of late, so I'm impressed with that. But I'm also kind of embarrassed for the other two teams because they lost to the fucking Cowboys. But if I you know what I would rant about? I would rant the fact that they actually won the Super Bowl, because them not winning the Super Bowl is not surprising to me.
Yeah, speaking of that, I was gonna make either Wednesdays unfiltered or just mostly about sports for Wednesdays.
Just doing it with Tim Pool.
You could always do it but then again, I'm not trying to dog on any of your people that join in, but to be fair, a lot of the people in your circles don't have a lot of stuff to be pissed off about. So even when people if it was like a Saturday night shenanigans where people can come in and
I meant sports in general. Doesn't have
okay.
As a backup option.
Yeah. You could talk shit about wrestling, Of course you're gonna get the fat neckbeards pissed off at you.
I'm not gonna copy Rate and Rave. I'm not gonna do that.
Well, to be fair. Sorry, I was lighting a cigarette.
Okay.
No, what you need to do to not be like Rate and Rave, just have a lot of attractive dudes or chicks bitch about wrestling. Then you definitely won't be like Rate and Rave because, let's be honest, I know there's no women watching this show. But
Rate and Rave, yeah.
But not even women that watch Rate and Rave. But how many women would literally sit there and say, I want to. The only person that may have a snowball's chance of getting laid actually I can't say that because William actually had somebody, so I can't actually I take that back. William and fucking Brandon with his I'm talking about Brandon Martin with his main. The main is what's gonna get him some. But as far as the others, like who in the fuck is gonna fuck Michael Babardi yo?
women watching. Let's just put it like this: the chances of women watching Rant and Rave is like Jordan being a relationship advice coach.
Yes, exactly. Actually, I'll go one step further. Women watching Rant and Rave is David. David has a better shot at losing his virginity before women watch Rant and Rave.
Yeah.
The only way Rant and Rave is going, women are going to watch Rant and Rave is if Brandon forks over the big bucks and pays women to watch.
Plus, it's all male Rate Your Rave. I mean, at least I had a couple of females on my. I mean, yes, they did have, females on their Rate Your Rave, but I'm talking like co-hosts, like it's all male co-hosts.
Well, yeah, I was going to say also if they, which no disrespect, because if you're paying for interviews, that's one thing. You're doing interviews, but I will say though, if you're paying for the stuff, that doesn't count either. Again, it's good publicity, but like if the only reason why they're there is because they took a check, that's not all of them are being paid, but
Yeah, it's just finding females on your channels is very rare with the type of content like us.
Well, you also have to appeal to your audience too, and think about what your target audience is. Because lately, when I was doing my my Rise stream, I had a female on my channel talking about helping me with a female character. So it depends on who you get. It just depends on who you attract.
Like sometimes I've had women my audience is mostly men, but I have had some higher percentages with women watching from time to time. Let's be honest, the only person that can actually have a woman on the show periodically, and I don't mean that as an insult to anybody, but it's me.
I've had three women on.
Yes, but on a consistent basis.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You okay, sweetie?
Mm-hmm.
I needed to warm my hand, and your butt was right there.
So cold.
Oh, you like it. Yes, Mr. Bogart. I was finger popping her booty hole.
Warmth, of course.
For warmth, of course. He rolled his eyes. Yes, we will.
We're still on your TV.
Yes, we're still on the TV.
Well, that's good.
Yes. But anyway, what was I saying though?
We were talking about
OnlyFans. Yes, we were talking OnlyFans, David. Yes, OnlyFans. So yes. So if we ever make an OnlyFans, it'll be $50 a month. And then if you want customs, Mr. Bogard, you have to pay extra for that. But
we were talking about Rate Your Rave and other shows of a chance of getting a female. That's what we were talking about.
Oh my God! You know, like
I was just thinking, we could sell people our gently used underwear, but it's kind of a gamble because you don't know whose underwear you're gonna get.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I was gonna be like, David, don't talk about the Rant and Rave podcast.
But if David were to ever order that, we're gonna send him the Trump underwear.
Anyway, well, David does know. I did show him the underwear one time, and that was one of the times I wish I recorded the convo because of his facial reaction. Anyway, what was I going to say though? But yeah, David, how dare you talk about the Rant and Rave podcast? That makes my woman's pussy almost as dry as the Sahara Desert. Next, what are you going to say next, David? Like about talking about chilling with Jordy? That's going to even make it worse. Yeah, see?
I was talking about the topic we were talking about before you went off topic, so I can remind you of what we were talking about before.
Oh, about your idea of gay for pay? We had 2 crash outs on the stream. It's going to be one of the greats.
You guys are not listening to me.
No, I heard you talking about gay for pay, which I was like, I don't have no experience with that, and I don't think none of us. Oh, look at this! I know it's gonna make you dry, but hey, look at that!
Oh my God!
Why does he like his bald spot looks even worse? It looks like the front of the hair finally said sayonara and took off.
Wait, who's
What emo?
who is?
That's bald man's legit.
That's Jordan.
Yeah, that's Jordan.
No. He's got a skinnier face. Jordy's got a skinnier face than this.
I don't know,
That's
sweetie. Does that
AI.
look
I had
Yeah,
AI
pretty
kind of
cool.
alter him a bit. You know,
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. AI bald Jordy is much better than it is currently.
I know. Well, hey, AI Jordan is better than the real Jordan as a whole.
That's what I mean. Yeah, because we need him to get rid of his, head. Because look at Gary, look at Romy. If it's successful for them, it's simply for Jordan.
Hell, look at
also
me
it's
when
that.
I've gone bald.
Yeah. So
I
if
didn't scare my woman away with my bald head.
and plus, if you say, if you save it, then your hair is gone forever. Then why have it in the first place if you know it's going to be gone once you
well,
save
when
it
you
at any time?
hit 30, David, you're gonna find that out. I don't know if
Well, I
baldness
may-
runs in your family, but once you hit
Well-
your 40s or 30s, that's when everything starts to fall out.
Well, my uncle, funny enough, not only did he start graying in his 20s, he started balding in his 20s. I've said if I fucking started balding myself, like I'm talking like receding hairline, depending on how it is. Like maybe if I was like Undertaker in 05 type shit, maybe I'll continue it a little bit. But if I'm like Shawn Michaels in like 2016, 20, like around that period where, he's just, his hair is just holding on for dear life, I would just cut it.
There's people that got doctors that fix their bald spot.
John Cena, he fixed
Yeah,
it.
but you have to have money for that. You
Yeah,
have
I was
to
gonna
have very
say
good
Cena.
money
What's
for that.
David could be Lex Luthor. Look, sweetie, look at the screen.
Well, at least I look better than Jordan would.
What? Yeah, doesn't he look like Lex Luthor? Yeah.
Which one from the Superman movie?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, the new Supergirl, the first Supergirl teaser will be dropping this week. We got a little tease of a tease coming on Instagram. James Gunn posted, so we're getting the trailer later this week. I'm so excited because, again, as of right now, Superman 2025 is my favorite movie of the year. Anyway, 1 second. I got 1 second, guys. I got to sniff my woman's butt. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the stuff right there, mommy. Oh, yeah. That's a good butt. Oh. You okay? Wasn't too aggressive?
I am not okay.
You're not okay, David?
No, because
And find you a girl that will let you sniff her butt. That's a keeper. You put a ring on it. And I don't mean a cock ring.
You're sorry.
Yes?
You're a doofus.
I'm a doofus?
And you'll forever be one.
Well, this sounds condescending and egotistical, but you know what? I may be a doofus, but at least I get pussy and you don't, you schmuck.
At least I have a chance.
Yes, you do. I will not deny. I have said if I was a betting man, if I had to place money, and someone told me you could win $1 million, you just gotta bet who will lose their virginity first, you or Jordan. I will not only bet you, but I am confident I would win that $1 million. So don't let me down, David, because if I don't win that $1 million, I will find you.
It's all about the time. Sorry.
You know what I'm gonna do, David? You know what I'm gonna do if you make me lose $1 million? I will come over to your neck of the woods with my woman. We will kidnap you. We will hog tie you.
That is not
We
gonna
will.
happen.
We will. Hey, if she's got a car, you know what? And if not, we can rent one. Anyway, we're going to drive all the way up to your neck of the woods. We're going to kidnap you, hog tie you, put an apple in your mouth, take you back to my woman.
I'll deal with the apple. I throw it at your face.
How are you going to throw it in my face when you're hog tied like a pig?
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that
Oink,
part.
oink, motherfucker. Anyway, what I was saying though was kidnap you, hog tie you, take you back to my woman's former area that she lived in, which is which is a very conservative place. I will strip you butt ass naked. I will put a Sailor Moon costume on your ass, put a wig, put some lipstick, makeup, and then toss you on the side of the road, and then wait for nature to take its course because her area was very conservative. So you could only imagine what they would seeing a man dressed up as a woman, especially an anime woman, and all that. So yes, I will leave you on the side of the road and let nature take its course, like that guy at Domino's. I want to do that too because he keeps flirting with my fucking woman, complimenting her goddamn Sailor Moon tattoo, which has been like twice he's already done that. I've told her, I swear to God, if he does that again, I'm going to do it. I'm going to yank him out of the fucking drive-thru window at Domino's, hog tie his bitch. Actually, no, I won't even need to do that. Strip him butt ass naked, put a fucking Sailor Moon costume on him, and then throw him on basically in the middle of the road and let nature take its course.
It's all about the matter of time. I cannot rush your request.
Well, I didn't say you had to do it right now, but if you cost me $1 million, I swear, if Jordan loses his virginity before you, then I will do that. Look at that, sweetie. Look at that image.
Of Goomba.
Well, that's what David needs to find,
David needs to find himself a Goomba.
David, why you have one eye shut? Is that really a female? And did she just spew her load into your eye? Is that why your eye is shut? Like, did you get a bunch of semen from that Goomba in your eye and you just fucking got blinded for a little bit?
It's AI. I don't know.
What'd you say, sweetie?
The Goombas look like little penises.
Oh, she said there's a reason why Goombas look like little penises.
Whatever.
Anyway, what was I saying before?
Fun, David.
What was I saying before all this? We got so sidetracked with random shenanigans. No,
Yeah, because she didn't want to listen to me talking to you clearly.
David, you were talking about gay for pay, and I have no experience on that. I don't think none of us do.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what gay for pay is?
I mean, if it's something about gay people getting paid for whatever, no, I don't know what it is.
All right, well, the only person that may have some experience of this is my woman. So you want to explain what gay for pay is?
It's where you fake being gay and like porn and stuff so you get paid, but you're not actually gay. You're just gay for pay.
So basically, you would eat like if you want to be if you couldn't cut it in the real porn with the women, but you're fuckable to a bunch of men.
That is not going to happen in a million years.
Then you just pretend to be gay to get fucked in the ass on film to get paid.
That is never going to happen in my life. I rather be on Dagnap OnlyFans than to have that happen.
Well, that could happen on OnlyFans too. Wait, don't jump in the shower yet till you gotta get naked and all that, okay? You heard me? Don't use the Lord's name in vain. We don't want to get Jordan here all mad.
Well, you're the one who's making me lose my mind all night with your nonsense.
Oh, okay, Eric Lima.
Oh my god, I'm getting so mad. I'm gonna throw my computer out of here. I deserve my respect.
By the way, Eric, we're fucking with you. Don't get your panties in a bunch if you see this later.
I am Eric Lima, the statesman of the Network 3000. I'm the statement of the Network 3000. Eric Lima, I deserve my respect.
I've always said
You're just impersonating him, are you?
yes, he is.
Somewhat.
But I was gonna say, all bullshit aside, I've said of all the people they brought in to the Rant and Rave podcast over the years, Eric
He's the biggest
Lima,
savior.
he's the best for better or worse, because
He's the biggest savior.
yes, because no offense to William, but William only has like a few years of wrestling experience.
All because,
Michael Bombardio is like I tried for the longest time to get him to fucking come out of the show because I feel like there's greatness in him, but he has just become just so boring every time. Like, and I don't know what the fuck is up with him where he has to have the light off and just we see his face all white. I don't understand why he always is in the dark. Like,
he's depressed.
That could be, I don't know. But if you're depressed, why the fuck are you on Rant and Rave?
Yeah, that's where I'll be depressed.
I was gonna be like, now if you had a problem with insomnia, however, then yes, Rant and Rave is the cure for insomnia. But you know, it is what it is.
Hey, at least Eric, I'll give credit to Eric with this. At least it wasn't trolls bothering him that got him mad like that. At least I'll give him.
I was gonna say, like, the only two things that are the saving grace of that show anymore is Eric Lima and Brandon's hair. That's literally it. Brandon Martin's hair, by the way.
No.
And if they ever do interviews, which is very, very rare, which is a huge loss for the show, because that's the only reason, if I ever tune into Rate You Rave, is because of the interviews. That's it. But they never do them. It's the same.
You know who they should have on the next one?
Porn stars.
That'd be funny. No, Ren Sinclair.
Well, we all know what happened the first time she was on that show.
No. That Ren Sinclair's never been on the show. Oh, you're talking about the Mary Wachowski chick. I don't know what happened to her. No, I'm talking about Ren Sinclair. You know, she like Mary Wachowski disappeared off the face of the earth a few years ago. I don't know what happened. Maybe you could blame Rand Rave. I don't know. Maybe they do have more stroke in the wrestling game than I thought. But yeah, that Ren Sinclair chick, she's been on the rise.
Yep, she has.
It's like I don't know what happened to Mariah May. I'm kind of pissed that this blonde bimbo called Blake Monroe has stolen her gimmick, calling herself the Glamour. The only glamour in this business is Mariah May.
So yeah, if anybody wants to get depressed, go on Rate Your Rave. That's when you'll be depressed. Where you'll be depressed.
Yes, and it's like, and yes, and then instead of watching a bunch of grown men bitch about seeing. Oh yes, I have to give myself a pat on the back for that thumbnail I made for this Thursday's Rant and Rave, where they're all being basically, they don't even have the opportunity to promote their faces because Cena's covering all of them.
I was wondering why you did that. I was just like, what the heck?
Well, the old joke is that Cena was shoved down our throats, right? So I just wanted it to be feature not only some of John Cena's greatest opponents, but I also wanted to put in the logos, and then I thought when I thought about it for a moment, I thought for Eric, I'd put the Boston Red Sox there.
And me, of course.
Oh, at first I thought that was me chasing Brandon Martin. I thought it was like an old version of me chasing Brandon Martin. I was like,
that would be funny though. Barber chasing Brandon.
But
hey, if he's got legs like that, you know, fuck. Why in the fuck doesn't he have a bitch?
Out of all of our shows in our community, you know, outside of your shows, and also Saturday Night Sneakers, because that's the second most biggest outside of your content. What is the biggest, show? Like, what is the greatest show in our community outside of yours and Mr. Money's?
Does Popcorn Panel count as one of mine? Even technically, even though I'm not the
Oh yeah.
creator.
Sure, but I mean like I don't know, just outside of our,
I was gonna say Popcorn Panel because let's be honest here, Popcorn Panel does the best on like consistently. Like Rain Rave
Yeah.
sometimes can't even crack 100 views anymore. Like, you know, and it was funny because I remember Jordan was mentioning something about canceling the Raw live reactions, but I'm like thinking, what the fuck? Your Raw live reactions just do as great as fucking Rant and Rave. And then also, to be fair, extra
would you-
live streams will help your revenue or your chances of getting monetized because of the
Why would
watch
you wanna-
time.
why would you want to cancel Monday Night Raw? Or is it because of Monday Night Football? I mean, Jesus, Monday Night Raw has been one of the biggest wrestling shows since the 90s. From
You
my
know,
I
David.
like
You know what you should do, David? You should try to watch a wrestling show and stream it and just question it and see if.
wait,
Mark-
David, do you have Netflix?
Yes, I do.
You know what? If they ever fucking don't do Raw reactions, how about you do it, David?
Yeah, you could.
An
have somebody-
outsiders. You could let people in,
Yeah.
yes, but have an outsider's perspective, not know what the fuck is going on. You're just watching it as basically a brand new viewer. You don't even have to do it for full long term. Just do it for maybe I don't know a few months. But the only problem is you'd have to do it every single Monday.
Yeah.
That's what I'm afraid of. Because
And the only problem I would say do it after WrestleMania, primarily and this is why, because starting I think in January or February they're going to start a fucking overseas tour, and the shows will be.
But hasn't wrestling been bad since the 21st century began?
No, the fuck is wrong with you?
We're talking about this current wrestling, not the
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
attitude era.
I feel like it like after WrestleMania fucking what was it WrestleMania 41 or not 41 sorry WrestleMania 40 was when in my opinion WWE peaked recently. Like it really has not been the same, and especially
Oh yeah, I
with-
forgot about Vince McMahon. It's been good.
well, it was great until I don't know. It again after Cody won the belt, it felt like that's why I've always said it's about the chase. The chase is more important. That's why sometimes I scratch my head thinking, well, like Kevin Owens last year, I felt like he should have won the WWE title from fucking do you want dick, baby? Even for a few minutes? Because if so, I will leave the stream right now. You don't want dick? Because I could leave right now, baby. I will leave the stream and put it in your ass.
Sorry, you can do that at any time. What's more important, doing this while you still can.
What's more important? What the fuck question is that? I'm holding my woman's ass. What's more important? Fucking either fucking my woman in the ass or fucking talking to you, Pip Squeaks. No offense, Jester, but
You can do it
like-
after the stream ends. There's another.
You're literally like,
motherfucker, she will be asleep by then because she got work in the morning. You dumb
Well,
fuck.
I'm sorry. I don't know that your work schedule, your both work schedules outside of the Spurs.
Hey, I don't just work the Spurs, motherfucker, but don't say everything else. But motherfucker, like I said, do I owe you? Are you my daddy? Are you my keeper? Do I have to tell you everything? Like, okay.
No.
Let me tell you about my day then, David, since you clearly want to know. So I woke up, I took a big old shit, or in your case, David, a David 3000. You know what?
Whatever.
Fuck it. I'm gonna do something never done before.
Never done before?
Didn't we fuck one time on one of other David streams?
oh no.
I know I did that one time on Rand Rave a long time ago. I would have done it on Rand Rave if I was if I was on there. But then again, like they got to pay me at this point because I'm not cheap. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, they don't get paid.
Oh yeah, never mind.
It's David's channel, so it's okay. Oh yeah, mommy, right there, doing it right there. Oh, oh. That's what you call a quickie, David. She had to get in the shower, so I had to bust the nut quick.
Your life should end in a quickie.
My life should end in a quickie. Actually, you know what, David? That's one of the ways I want to go. I want to go with my woman sitting on my face and me dying of that sweet pussy. That should be any straight man, because if you're, what is he being? He being chased by the giant penis monster from Bo's Afraid. Jesse, send me that picture. That's great. I'll find a way to use that.
Okay, I'll send it. Of course, Brad is gonna be like, "Suck it."
Yeah. JN. Anyway.
Okay.
Well, we need a Oh yeah. Anyway, it smells like Little Caesars. Anyway, my point is that yeah, we need to find a way to take that photo but put Victor's face on it. Yeah.
No, that would be funny.
Yes. Let's see. When viewers what do you viewers expect even? A lot of TNA.
Well, speaking of
Speaking of
viewers,
tits and ass.
I was gonna say what other show outside of the popcorn panel is the best in our community, outside of the others I just mentioned.
Well, if I had to guess, it would be the hottest new show coming to the Network 3000. It's called David's Adventures in Gay for Pay.
I meant currently, and that is not what, and that is so never going to happen.
Oh, okay, so you're going to do it behind closed doors? Okay.
I said never gonna happen.
Well, the show's never going to happen, but you're still going to do it behind the scenes. Okay.
No, I'm not.
Oh God, I can't. Look, David. We know Jaden for years. You have to expect him saying
I know.
things like this.
I know. That's at least Charlie's original person.
Yes, and I don't do it just. It's not forced like someone that we know. Anyway, David, are you? But before I go, are you getting ready for your next scene? Is that why you're laying down?
No, it's because I'm getting a headache from you.
Is Buffalo Bill gonna pop out of that window?
Who's Buffalo Bill?
You ever seen Silence of the Lambs?
I made a boo-boo, yeah.
Yeah, like David, are we gonna see you in a video where since you have an innie and not an outie, which actually will make it easier for you to do the Buffalo Bill thing. Will you do an up close thing of you putting lipstick on your lips and saying, would you say, "Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me so hard." Or would you say in your voice, "Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me so hard." And then you put your dick and balls in between your legs and dress up like a woman and pose at the end with "Goodbye Horses" playing in the background. It's a great song. I played if we weren't worried about YouTube copyrighting it. I'll send you the link to it, David. It's a catchy song. Also, also the song was in Clerks 2. So, have you ever seen Clerks 2, David?
He's quiet.
It
Unless
is.
he froze.
I think he froze.
Oh, okay, I don't think so. Nope. I see the things in his eyes. He's still there.
He's just like quiet.
I guess that Rod came in early.
He's probably like,
And I'm not talking about A-Rod. David, did you malfunction? Was that Jordan in a donut thing? Jordan or David? David, I am like, my woman can see that. That's gonna make her pussy dry in the. Oh, wait, never mind. There we go. There's been as Barney. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's the guy that's afraid of Barney. Like he has a Mr. Beauregard, you're a man of plushy tastes and animal mascots. What's your thoughts on Barney? Were you a Barney kid back in the day?
Truthfully, yes.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna kink shame you on that. I was a Barney person back in the day.
Until 1997.
What I wasn't aware of was the hate that he would get in later years.
Well, that's how it is with most people, unfortunately. They love you one moment, then they don't, because I heard Barney the dinosaur voted red.
Oh boy.
Yeah, baby, did you hear that all the hate Barney got because he voted red? Yeah, he voted for Mitt Romney. Yeah, so that's why Barney got a lot of hate. I think they tried to cancel him, but then he made a press conference say he's colorblind. He thought red was purple. But yeah. So David, when are we gonna see the brand new T-shirt by you with your face on it saying if it's not white, it ain't right?
Oh,
I thought he was about to get up and cause another ruckus. Look at him. Anyway, guys, I gotta eat my woman's booty hole. So again, what, David?
Since this is my channel, you apologize for all the nonsense you put me up with tonight.
I am the co-owner, so therefore I get leeway, you bastard.
Do you want me to call you at 4 o'clock in the morning every single day from now on, or no?
I have my phone on silent, you prick. Just for that reason, so schmucks like you don't call me unannounced. All right, David. Okay, tell you what. I'll apologize to you if you say that we're or how should I word this? All right, I will apologize to you if you say that God should apologize to Jordan for making him bald. Balding. Excuse me.
I will agree with that.
All right, say it. Say that God should apologize to all of us for Jordan's balding.
God should apologize. No, you should apologize to God or whatever, back and forth, for Jordan's balding.
All right, fine. I'm sorry, you sensitive little bastard. Is that better?
That's better.
All right, guys. Well, I will be getting a big old bowl of bootios, and y'all take care and have a good night.
night.
Me too. All right.
He was like, I'm canceling you.
No, don't. No, I'm not.
I'm just kidding.
All right.
Let's have this. All right. let's wrap this up. And of course, just let you know, no, episode 200,
Oh
December 19th. What's
shoot!
up?
I'm going. I'm trying to go back to that B story, and who was that other guy that was in here? Joseph, was his name Joseph?
Joey.
Yeah, Joey.
I probably when he was talking about the bees, and do you know that feeling? I probably should have mentioned like that one time. It wasn't a bee. It was a wasp.
Ooh, that's.
See.
I hear that's painful too.
Yeah, a wasp kept coming in, and when I got him, I tried to grab him with the rag, and I ended up end up with my thumb just getting the stinger, which, oh god,
Mhm.
I didn't even I never even I can't believe like how much it was burning and swellings. So
It's worse if you get stung by a tarantula hawk. Your whole arm for 5 minutes goes limp, or so they say.
a tarantula.
A tarantula hawk is like a kind of a wasp that kills a tarantula and lays its eggs inside. It's a whole, but it's like a if you mess with it, it's like a wasp that has kind of like butterfly wings, and it's a very 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 painful when you get stung,
Mm.
and your whole
Yeah.
arm goes numb for like or wherever you get stung goes numb for like 5 minutes.
Mm. Well, yeah, just be careful as with bees because they are the worst. But anyway, let's wrap up the stream.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
All right. I'd like to thank y'all for joining us. We'll see y'all next week for episode 7. And then after episode 10, the season ends. So, for David and Emo, we'll see y'all later. Peace.